Today we're gonna bring in the MSI 31.5 inches, which is a 32. This one's 165 frames per second. It's a 2K monitor, AM FreeSync, and we're gonna take a look at it. It has a bunch of features in here. We're gonna put them to the test and see how easy it is to set this up. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so it came with a bunch of different items in here. They gave us one HDMI, which is a 2.0. It's not 2.1 HDMI. They give you the power cord for the actual power connection, a cable adapter for behind the monitor, MSI information, a couple of screws in here, how to open it up, and then of course they give you the actual neck and the actual stand. It's very thin, but it's made of metal. I'm not quite sure if it's aluminum or not, but it's pretty solid here, and it has a 3-point touch on the table. When you're going to set it up on the table, it's going to have a 3-point, 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'm not going to plan to set this up because the 4 screws are for here. If you guys can see that, it comes in here so you can set them up. Actually, I'm not going to set up the arm at all. We're going to set it up in the mechanical arm today, but I do not want to lose this, so I'm going to put it together, and it's very simple. All you got to do is just find it in there, and in the bottom there's a screw that you go manually do and set it up. Look at the actual stand itself, and if you guys can see, there's a couple of things that we're not going to add. This one we're not going to add. This is part of the cover for the actual stand itself. We are going to take an option to put it on the mechanical arm. There's 4 points in there, and we're going to go ahead and set it up on a mechanical arm. Now, if you see, there's a little trigger here. This is the actual for controlling the manual and everything else with it. But let's take a look at the bottom of it, all right? What's included. So you have an audio connection here. It has a little picture of headsets in here. HDMI display port, and then you got the power source in here. So I mounted it up on actual mechanical arm. If you guys can see it, goes straight there. Very simple. This is probably a simple mechanical arm that I'm going to do a review on too, because it's very easy to adapt on any kind of monitor. They have 2 options in here, so just be aware because there's different mounts for different monitors. All right, so this is a very compatible one. If you guys can see, I mounted it. Monitor just came on, but I'm gonna tell you something funny. I thought this button here in the back was the power itself, but no, there's a power button here right in front of it. I panicked a little bit. I found the button here. So if you guys have the same issues I do, that thinking that the back button is the main one, it's located down here. All right, so it's a separate. But I'm gonna curve it a little bit down, all right, so because of the glare, but we're gonna take a look at the button. I'm gonna hit the menu button in the back, and it comes up with all the stuff. Right now we're at night vision. We're gonna have to change it maybe to response time faster, refresh rate, alarm clock, screen assistance. We might not get that right now, so let's go to gaming first. We're gonna have to change it from night vision off. We can always do normal, strong, strongest, and AI. AI pretty much artificial intelligence will find out on what you're actually playing with. So we're gonna go back in there. We'll say off. Professional. This is if you want to change certain settings. If you guys can see it, I'm at 2K right now, running at 2K, 2560 by 1440, 165 hertz refresh rate, eco mode, FreeSync, and it's on display mode right now. So I like that they give you all that in front. Contrast, we could change brightness. We could, let's go back in there. On image, you could change brightness, contrast, sharpness, and color temperature, and screen size. All right, let's go back. Now we're going to input source. This is pretty much where we're setting up. We can set up the auto scan to scan. The navi keys, up, down, left, right, and so forth. And right now we have engage mode. Settings, we could do transparent. Go back in there. We could do transparent. OSD timeout, information on screen, eco mode, reset. So if you guys can see these buttons on here, right here, it tells you exactly how to navigate on the actual menu too. All right. Get the image quality going. Here we go. All right, we're gonna take a look at the actual monitor itself, and we're gonna take a look at it. and see some of the tests that we're gonna run. We're gonna run a 4K video on this 2K videos on this 2K monitor. If I can get it going. All right, we turn off all the lights in here. We're gonna actually move one of the monitors because it's reflecting. If you guys can see a little bit on here, I'm gonna move the monitor, but it's not the monitor. It's pretty much the monitor itself, the glare. So let me pick up the camera so you guys can see. So the monitor is running at 4K video right now. We're actually at 2K. Quality is really good. I don't see any lag or anything happening here. We're gonna see if we could play any audio on the actual monitor too, if it even comes with it. But so for gaming, I set up the actual dial in the center. If you guys can see it, you could actually turn it off. Very simple, by hitting up and down. See how I have it? It tells you. You don't have to go to the menu. You could just simplify hitting none. If you guys can see it, you could go. You could change the formats too, and if you could change the colors. Let me change some more. I'm gonna say you could go, you guys can see it right in the center. It does a little center piece there. Go back in here, down, oops, down the bottom. Change it to that format. Change different tones. So you can play with this. You don't have to have a center button or anything. Refresh rate, it's 120 frames per second right now. That's how much I'm getting. I'm not running faster. I'm not quite sure why it's only doing that. But that's the test that I got online only. And we're going to change it to a different format. We're going to go see if we could actually read some of the components. Now look at this part right here. It's 30 frames per second, 120 hertz. And let's go ahead and change it. And this is the legible part. You can actually read the stuff popping up. So I like that. It's not that bad. I could actually tell the difference on it. All right, we're gonna plug in a PlayStation 5 into the monitor. All right, so let's go ahead and change the settings here. We're gonna go to change it to the source. All right, you can see the quality of it. We're gonna get a little closer so you can see how good the actual monitor looks, you know. There's a good look on the actual monitor. And this is on PS5. We're running at 2K maximum. Frames per second, we could display them here too, but I'm just gonna hit the menu button so you can see them. Right now we're at 60 because the game, it's the game, all right? It's not the monitor. The game does not run at 60 frames per second. It doesn't run over that 60 right now. But the next update on the game, it's gonna be running over 100. So